Hi listeners, this is Team 4 from MBA 524, the evening batch. And before we start our lovely podcast, I would like to acknowledge the land that we are on. We'd like to thank Snemo, Quatsin, Talman, Nona and Qualcomm First Nation, on whose traditional lands we teach, research, live and share knowledge. And with that, we have chosen the sustainable SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. And we were wondering what company to choose, and we decided nothing less but our favorite place at VIU, which is the VIU Student Pub. So here we are with VIU Student Pub Manager Matteo. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time for us. Can you introduce yourself a little and share your role at VIU Student Union Pub with everyone?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
No problem.
I am very happy to be here. So once again, my name is Matteo. I'm the food and beverage manager at the VIU Students Union Pub. I started my position here at the Student Union Pub about 5 years ago, but I've been working at VIU since about 2016. I have over 15 years. I actually have 20 years experience in the hospitality industry. I first began my career as a chef, and now I'm the food and beverage manager here at the pub. I oversee everything from menu planning to staffing to sustainability initiatives. I have a strong culinary background. I hold a Red Seal and a diploma from Algonquin College. I'm currently completing my bachelor's degree in hospitality management at VIU while applying my expertise to make the pub more sustainable for our customers and everybody else.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Red Seal.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it took a lot of tries to get the Red Seal. I finally got it.
Wow.
Lots of money.
What's the Red Seal?
It's like a certification for tradespeople in Canada. So it's like a journeyman trade. You do like 6,000 hours.
6,000.
Or it depends on what trade and the province that you're in Canada. But for my Red Seal, it was 6,000 hours. I wrote a exam and a practical exam.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Then it allows you to practice in different provinces.
Exactly, yeah.
Interesting.
You are a pioneer in the hospitality business.
I've been in for a long time, yeah.
Wow. All right. So, how does the pub align with SDG 12? That's responsible consumption and production.
That's a great question. I get this quite a bit here. The pub is committed to reducing waste, promoting sustainable sourcing, and minimizing environmental impact. We actively integrate responsible consumption into our daily operations, from limiting our food wastage to sourcing out local ingredients. We're all about fostering an eco-friendly environment that brings students together and our staff. Our goal is to create a sustainable dining experience that also serves as a learning opportunity for campus community.
Oh, wow. That's very insightful.
Thank you.
So what inspired you to adopt sustainable habits at the pub?
Yeah, we actually looked at a few other universities and colleges around Canada, like University of Victoria, Algonquin College, to name a few, and we saw what they were doing, and we know that the hospitality industry generates a lot of waste, and we saw an opportunity to make a difference. As a campus-based establishment, we have the responsibility to lead by example, recognizing that 1/3 of all food produced globally goes to waste. We wanted to implement changes that reduce food loss, improve sustainability, and educate students about responsible food consumption.
Oh, that's really smart, and it's really inspiring for the students as well to see it at the university itself.
I agree.
And
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. We're always learning and trying to improve every single day.
We
Very
made a good
impressive.
choice.
Definitely. Yeah. Pub.
That's why we're here.
Yes, thank you.
I'm glad we chose VIU Pub.
Push, I'm really glad to have you here. A little bit too much.
We all are sure.
So can you also highlight one or maybe two key initiatives that you're most proud of?
Push, that's a great question. I'm proud of a lot of things, but one major initiative is reducing food waste by implementing a better portion control in our kitchen. For example, when we order French fries or romaine lettuce, we chop it or we cut the fries and then we weigh them. So we're making sure that everything is weighed and controlled and there's no waste. And every customer gets the same amount each time. And this helps us to track our inventory more efficiently. Another key initiative is sustainable sourcing. So for example, from that, we order from Island West. They're a local produce supplier on Vancouver Island. A lot of their stuff is from BC. They're very fresh, very local, very affordable. They're also one of our local suppliers that brings in fresh, eco-friendly products. We also collaborate with Mid-Island Co-op, which shares our vision for sustainability through biodegradable products and community-driven, eco-friendly practices.
Oh wow! You know what? Mid-Island Co-op is the second choice of company.
Yeah, I was going to just say
Oh, I
that.
had no idea. Hey,
So we
have
chose
lots in
the
common.
pub and
Yes.
Mid Island.
And we were so. I mean, again, right choice.
Our right choice.
Thanks, Mateo.
Hey, no
Could you
problem.
tell us about what positive outcomes have resulted from these initiatives?
Oh, that's a great question. Again, lots of good discussions that we're having. So our food waste reduction efforts have led to cost savings, which goes directly into the customer. We're able to reduce the menu prices so customers can save money and spend it elsewhere. We've seen increased student engagement with sustainability efforts by sourcing more responsibly. We've also strengthened relationship with local businesses such as Loaves and Fishes, Island West, and other distribution companies, contributing to more sustainable supply chain. And these efforts have helped us to be able to create things like the breakfast bar program that we have in the Students' Union, and the good food box that we offer upstairs for reduced cost that we do on a weekly basis.
It's so nice to see these initiatives by VIU.
Yeah.
Like the
Absolutely.
Good Food Box, it's just helping so many students, right? And it's so budget friendly.
And I was a customer for Good Food Box, but it just got
How was
difficult.
it? Was there really good stuff in there? or-
Yes, and they
Great.
have like essentials like tomatoes and onions and some very surprising things, which I didn't even know how to use them, but I used to just Google them, and
Yeah.
it's like very healthy and
Yeah, we're
I
also
just-
talking about customers. Customers, we are talking about students, and
Yeah.
students earn low. So these things
really
bring in
help us.
prices that we are.
That's fantastic. I'm glad
Yeah.
you guys are taking advantage of it. That's great.
Yeah, but
Spread the word.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Spread the word, everybody.
I mean, residents too. We have
Yeah.
a whole food shelf just for us.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I
Every
didn't know
month,
that.
yeah, they supply food for us, like pasta, bread,
Wow.
different kinds of sauces. It's
Uh-huh.
just so nice. Like, if we are hungry, any students, we're always cutting down budgets and trying to make sure sometimes,
Why don't you invite us over?
I would love to come over.
yeah.
I'll bring the wine.
And what do you do when the student doesn't come to pick the Good Food Box?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, this happens sometimes. So actually, sometimes what we'll do is we'll post on our social media and we'll say we're giving away a good food box for free to incentivize folks to come and pick it up so it doesn't go to waste. Or our staff will collect it and they'll go home with food and they can cook for their
course.
families. Or the odd occasion, we'll actually cook something with it in the pub so we don't waste it.
So make sure you turn your notifications on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Watch out
last.
for the stories.
The very last thing is we'll give it to the rabbits if no one picks it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
No, but that's
Yeah,
a
it's
good
a joke.
thing.
That's a good joke.
But you could do it. You could.
People are like, oh,
I bought into it.
yeah.
Are you guys connected to Food Bank by any chance?
Yeah, like Loaves and Fishes. So we collect a lot of our some of the quote unquote expired products that come off the shelves, and rather than that going to waste, we have a program where we place an order with them and we go collect it and we offer. Then we use that to supply our breakfast bar upstairs. The products are still safe to eat,
Yes.
and rather than that going to waste, we reserve it.
Oh yeah, that's very smart.
And whatever they have available, we pick up. It could be bagels, it could be apples, oranges, it could be anything that they have. So,
Yeah, mostly it must be the fruits and the milk.
probably fruits and
like fresh
vegetables,
produce.
milk, yeah, and it's all still edible.
Yeah.
Yes,
You can still eat it.
I agree.
So, do you have any success story that stands out
Yeah.
to share with us today?
Well, that's another great question. One of our biggest achievements is significantly cutting down our food waste. I was kind of touching on that, and by using better portioning and tracking systems, which I spoke a little bit about before. Additionally, the adoption of eco-friendly products in our cleaning and food service operations has greatly reduced our environmental footprint. Students are becoming more aware of the importance of sustainability, which means our efforts are having a lasting impact beyond just the pub.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great move because
Yeah.
even I didn't know about
Yes,
the
of
SDG
course. Yeah.
and how the university is a part of it. So
Yeah, and
Thank
students
you.
becoming aware since students are the future.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So going to the future, what's your next goal for responsible, sustainable goal for the pub?
I think it's just continuing with what we're doing currently. And like a lot of what we do is like we use a lot of biodegradable products for our to-go orders. Actually, so all of our to-go food is all biodegradable. A lot of our, sustainably, like we source a lot of fruits and vegetables and like lettuces that are grown locally. Also, I think another thing that we'd like to expand on is expand on our composting program, introduce more plant-based menu options, and continue reducing single-use plastics. Another long-term goal is to enhance sustainability in our supply chain. So perhaps working with less bigger companies like GFS and Cisco, and perhaps moving more in a direction with local vendors who share our commitment to responsible consumption.
Oh, that's great.
You talked about plastics. How do you go about it?
Well, we've kind of eliminated plastics, but every now and then, like our straws for the bar, we used to be able to only order plastics, but I've been able to order a biodegradable straw, but sometimes they don't hold up so well. So certain biodegradable products aren't actually that, they're kind of challenging to use because they kind of break down really fast, but just, anything that we currently have that's plastic, there's not a lot left. Trying to just replace it with a biodegradable. But sometimes there just isn't a product out there yet.
Yeah, but I think I have seen bamboo straws and the
Bamboo straws,
the
yeah.
steel straws.
Definitely look into that. Yeah,
because it's a
good idea.
investment.
For sure.
Yeah.
Matteo, you have given a real good insights on what you have been doing and what the pub has been doing so far. So, apart from that, how can students contribute to be responsible, to have responsible consumption and production?
We should answer that for him.
I think students at VIU can make a difference every day by reducing food waste, supporting local and sustainable businesses, using reusable containers. Also, recycling properly, putting their trash into the proper bins that are labeled, picking up after themselves, cleaning up after themselves, engaging with sustainable initiatives on campus, which there's many, and spreading awareness about responsible consumption are also impactful ways to contribute, and spreading the word, and just,
Yeah, I think we should also have some posters because I'm very new to the country and there's like different garbage system.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
we should be very careful about dumping the wrong thing in the wrong box. So
That's true. That's definitely
Yeah.
I
true.
didn't know
Yeah.
that you would be fined, especially with bins in homes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you do it, I think that's true.
You're
If you
fine.
do it repeatedly, I think the city of Nanaimo, I think they crack
You
down
get
on it.
fined
Yeah,
for-
they give you a
yeah.
warning
Yeah,
letter.
Yeah, I've definitely had a few of those. Yeah.
They will stop
fine you
taking your
100.
trash.
Yeah.
They won't
No.
stop. They will fine you.
They'll find you.
$100.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's a lot of
So
money
if
in
you have
today's
like your
world. You know what I mean?
It's a
Question.
fortune.
That's a whole lot of bills, right?
Yeah. So it's just, everybody doing their part, their little part.
Yes. One step at a time, but
Exactly.
yes. So you've been great, and with all
thank
the
you.
questions we've been asking. So is there anything else that comes to your mind you would like to add to this?
Yeah, I think just adding on or just touching on what I said before, sustainability is a collective effort, and by making small but meaningful changes, each and every one of us can create a lasting impact. the VIU Students Union Pub is committed to leading this change. And we
Yeah.
encourage everyone to support businesses and initiatives that prioritize sustainability. So thank you for having me on, and look forward to seeing you in the pub.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
as
you.
well.
Yeah,
We
thank
had
you.
such a lovely time doing this podcast. I'm sure listeners, you also enjoyed this lovely podcast.
Thank you.
But thank you very much, everyone, and have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.